Hey guys, what's going on? This week in Bitcoin, there's pretty much only two things that really matter. The first is that Bitcoin officially hit less volatility than the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. Now this happened before, back in 2020, but the fact that everyone has been talking about Bitcoin's volatility, Bitcoin can't be used as a currency, Bitcoin's not a good investment, all of the critics, they keep pointing to volatility. But now both stock indexes, the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, are more volatile than Bitcoin. Now, of course, these things will go back and forth over time, so you shouldn't celebrate, but it is an important detail to understand that Bitcoin is not always more volatile than other assets. In fact, given the current macro environment and the Fed policy that's been displayed over the last year, Bitcoin has held up reasonably well in the last couple of weeks. We've seen foreign currencies around the world sell off against the US dollar, but Bitcoin continues to hold strong around that $19,000 to $20,000 range. It's fascinating to see less volatility than even the stock market. And so it'll be worth paying attention to see how we close out the year. What will Bitcoin's volatility look like, and what will other assets, both stocks, bonds, commodities, real estate, and others? Now, the second big story this week was the fact that Walmart's CTO came out and said that crypto was going to be a big part of the way that various customers would actually buy goods and services in the future. Now, the Walmart CTO obviously paying attention to what technologies are out there, what innovations could they possibly go ahead and embrace, and the fact that it's now calling out crypto in general, but probably more specifically Bitcoin as a payment network or something like a stablecoin being used by consumers, now numbering in the hundreds of millions of people around the world that hold these assets. That signals that these big retailers, these big e-commerce companies, they are not going to get left behind. So whether it's Bitcoin's volatility or it is something like the Walmart CTO coming out and talking about these technologies being used by consumers, there's a lot to continue to pay attention to. Bear markets are tough, people get bored, sometimes there's even folks who say it's over, but I continue to be high conviction and I continue to see number of signs in the market that show that we are actually going to end up better off on the other side. Now don't forget, these updates are brought to you by FTX. You can go ahead and check them out in the link in the description. FTX has fees sometimes as much as 85% cheaper than their competitors. They also introduce digital stock trading. Go check that out as well. Click on the link to support us, and I'll see you all next Saturday.